Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the USAirsoft Videocast. I'm Scott Hollenbeck.
And I'm Connor Sherwin.
And thanks to Airsoft Medicine and Mission Airsoft, we're able to do our second edition of this lovely videocast that we're actually having some great fun doing. What do you think about it so far, Connor?
It's been a really good experience, getting a lot of footage and getting a lot of gameplay and having a lot of new experiences out on the field that I've never really had before.
I'm getting a lot of news around from the actual country, all of US and actually a little bit of Europe. And thanks to someone called Optimus Prime from, was it Airsoft Popular or Popular Airsoft, we actually got a little bit of a news report from them too. So that was actually pretty nice to actually see us on some of their websites. Recently we got some info from Airsoft Medicine about a SHOT Show that took place just about a week ago. And there was a lot of new stuff out there that just blew my mind. Some new gas blowbacks and some great new AEGs and some companies that actually fixed some of their problems that they had. And I guess it's great to see that there's companies that have quality control, and even if they know that they made a mistake, they can go back and fix it. So what we got from SHOT Show is some great stuff that we're going to share to you. The first thing that I actually got a little bit of spark of interest by was the KZ75 by KWA. The KZ75 by KWA is pretty much a CZ75 but full auto version with a few little external accessories that make it into a nice little gun. And you've seen one before, right, Connor?
Yeah, could be a pretty cool little gun if they do it right.
Kind of reminds me of the M93R that I want to just play with so much. Also on the list we have the KWA Scorpion gas blowback, which is pretty much what you would think it is. This is a gas blowback Scorpion, but done by KWA. Just can't wait to see how quality control beats it on that, because there have been a few other ones, but they're all electric as far as I know. I think they made one that was gas blowback.
Yeah, and I've never actually seen one in person.
Never seen it before. The other two things are from Airsoft Innovations, which I got to see both of these videos from Larry at Airsoft Medicine, which is pretty neat, inside of a little hotel room and a little restroom, just for better lighting. But the first one is shotgun proof. Apparently the whole thing that everyone's been following on is if you have a gas blowback shotgun, it's not going to be that good because the gas pressure won't allow the shot to go so well, and there'll be a BB that just goes off randomly or it drops so much in FPS. But now we have some proof that they can make one that runs well on gas and still shoot about the same FPS for each BB. And I just can't wait to see what kind of ideas they come up with it. We'll put a link in the description to the video so you can check it out for yourself. But what do you think about that kind of proof? What do you think they could do with it?
I think it's cool, first off, because it can shoot, like 16 BBs? And it gets a pretty good, very actually realistic grouping like a shotgun from a considerable distance. And as Scott said, even if it chambers only one BB, it doesn't hike the FPS up so high because there's just one BB instead of 16 of them. It stays the same.
The FPS will stay at about, when they were doing it was 350 feet per second.
Something like that.
He said he could fit it in a Remington 870, but he couldn't get through customs, seeing it was coming from Canada to the US. So moving on, we found, I almost skipped it, the Airsoft Innovations oil pump. Oil pump, it kind of threw me off at first. I had to look at the video, and then after I did it seemed ingenious. Apparently it's been on the market, but I've never seen it. It's just a little pump, a syringe almost. You put in your silicone oil, you dab it a few times, and you take it to your propane that has the adapter on it, and you pump it about 14 times, and that whole propane tank practically becomes green gas with just the additive still in the propane. And that just saves so much money. And I think that would help us out for our gas blowbacks, seeing as we don't have to do as much cleaning as we already do on them. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's actually a really cool little tool, because then you can just go buy, get the little green Coleman propane tanks or whatever.
That costs like $4.
And it'll last a lot longer than a can of green gas will. Yeah, it seems like a pretty cool little...
It's a great money saver. I mean, a can of green gas costs you how much? You're the only one that bought the green gas out of us.
I think it's like $15 or something.
15. So $15 over $3. It's a pretty big difference there. The next thing on our list was the Black Ops Airsoft Guns Mosin Nagant Bullpup. And this freaked me out a little bit. I was not expecting this kind of a customization to come. Apparently a customer from France that they had ordered this unique monster, and it looks completely different. It looks like they just redesigned their own weapon and turned it into something that might as well be something completely different. If you said it was Mosin Nagant, I wouldn't know. If you said it was something completely new on the market that they're changing the military to, I would have totally believed that for a second. What did you think about that?
Yeah, by the end of it, you know, they showed what it started out as, and then they showed the final product, and it's
night and day.
No longer a Mosin Nagant at all. It looks like an L85 with a long barrel on it.
It started off as a Matrix Mosin Nagant gas rifle, which is already nice, but I do not know what the guy had in mind for a bullpup, but he got what he wanted.
Yeah.
Moving on was something that we had some fun with about this entire month was me and Connor were both going to went to two different fields. We usually play at Mission Airsoft most of the time, and we enjoy what we do, but when we're going through a lot more fields, we need to see how other people play and see how they react to their other fields and get to know Texas fields and other fields out in the country. So Connor here went to La Vernia Airsoft, and I went to Chernobyl, and seeing as I don't have two extra thumbs or another genitalia, we're both okay. So, Connor, what'd you think of La Vernia?
The field was really cool. I got there, and pretty much right when I got there, everyone was coming back from the field, and they were on a big covered trailer being pulled behind a Jeep, and I thought that was pretty cool. Then when we actually went out to play, we hopped in this trailer and got towed out, way out into the field, and the first place we went to was actually little houses. It was more of a CQB style field, which you know, a lot of the fields at that place seem to be a lot more geared towards CQB. But overall, the field is absolutely massive, and it's got some really cool fields on it.
So you enjoyed CQB and field completely?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the field was really good. A lot of cool scenery. Gave me some good ideas for things that we can do for mission. Little small upgrades and everything for the field there. What do you think of Chernobyl?
Chernobyl blew me away. I've been told about Chernobyl and how I should go there and check out what they have to offer. And Chernobyl's actually closer to me than Mission Airsoft is by about 2 miles. So apparently I passed this place so many times thinking it was just a junkyard of just cars and just random building materials. But that is the field. All the houses that are torn apart and all the cars that are destroyed is supposed to represent how Chernobyl would be like, just nuclear devastation. And the field might as well be the same size as it. The field is pretty huge. And there are a lot of differences. It goes from CQB in some spots to open field to more CQB and empty houses that you have some very big restrictions of FPS, which are completely understandable seeing as you're going to CQB. But all in all, the field was great. I enjoyed the people that were out there. I got to play with a pretty great team. And if you guys are watching this, thanks for the time that y'all gave me out there. I really enjoyed what you had to offer for me out there. And unknowingly, I actually knew the field owner. And knowing that I knew the field owner, he actually told me everything I needed to know about the field. And one thing that sparked me was I thought he was actually holding on him in a Black Hawk Serpa holster. Was it WE M&P? No. They have a lot of stake problems out there, and he actually carries on him a Smith & Wesson M&P with about 2 mags on him. So That's one thing you don't want to do is pull out his backup on you.
Yeah. Basically, don't piss him off.
That's one game master you don't mess with. But
Call your hits at that field.
oh yeah, it was a great time, and I hope to go back. And if you wanted to see the gameplay that I shot there, tune in Wednesday where we'll be uploading that footage. All right. So we had a great time this month. Looks like. So.
One thing I'd like to announce is Mission Airsoft, actually this weekend, January 24th, Friday night, will be the next Woods of the Walking Dead. And what that is it's sort of like a haunted house. The premise of it is the main area is safe house, and groups of 4 or 5 go out and they're sent to get certain bags of supplies, whether it's medical equipment, water, food, anything like that. And they walk the trail, and on the trail are zombies that are hiding. And the way you have to shoot the zombies and they freeze. And you have a flag on your back, and if you get the flag torn off, you're infected. If you show up at the field and volunteer to be a zombie for the field, first off, it's $10 off the entry fee. And when you zombie, your name is put in a raffle to win this gun. Everything you see on the table here, the gun, the mag, and all this stuff, is everything that comes with it. It does have a standard unjamming rod too, but it comes with a Vulcan 9.6 volt brick style battery. And I actually had a chance to play with this gun yesterday. They're not going to be giving away this exact one, but it's one just like it. It's the G&G Combat Machine M4 carbine. I had a chance to play with it yesterday, and it's actually a very good gun. Very good for the beginner. It's accurate, it's lightweight, but it's also very sturdy. And it does actually come in the box with some high quality BBs. These are actually okay to use in your gun.
Unlike others.
Yeah.
And we'll actually be putting our review about this M4 also in the description, where you can actually check out what we had to say about the M4 and the actual internals and externals about it, and a few other little things we did in that video. Now, what I want to say is something that actually pertains to all our subscribers out there, and hopefully you guys will like this. Want to get your hands on a SEMA AK or just any rifle? If you want an AK that we'll be giving out to just some contest winner out there, then here's your shot. As soon as we get to our 100 subscribers point, we'll be giving out a SEMA AK. But we're not sure about what kind of contest we're going to throw out there, but as soon as we get that 100 subscriber mark, we will be throwing out the idea about what the contest will be about and how you can actually win the AK. And we're looking forward to actually giving out that AK to just about whoever wins that. And I'm actually pretty, hyped up for that. I've never done a contest before like that, and this one's actually going to be our first one. And
yeah, we're actually going to be there at the field during the Woods of the Walking Dead, actually giving the gun away.
So if you're in the San Antonio area, make sure to come out to Mission Airsoft where you can win this.
Also, for the subscriber contest, in the comments, go ahead and shoot us some ideas of contest ideas.
And we'll be sure to check those out.
Things that we could do, we'll definitely check them out.
So while I was at Chernobyl yesterday, you were at Mission Airsoft. Since usually whenever I don't go to certain places, all the good stuff happens. Tell me what I missed at Mission Airsoft.
Well, yesterday was actually a pretty eventful day for me. There was a lot of really good games. Had a lot of fun there. There were a couple of guns there that I've never actually seen in person before. One of them I got to use. The first one was the Magpul FMG9, which I've only ever seen like 1 or 2 reviews on. And after using it, I think it's actually a really cool sidearm. It was pretty accurate for me. The rate of fire was excellent. Held its gas really well. Didn't use all the gas before it used all the BBs. Pretty accurate. I wound up hitting like 5 or 6 people with it in a game until it ran out of BBs.
And it's basically a Glock with an extended barrel, right?
Yeah, it's a Glock 17 that's built to fold. I got some pictures of it, but it's got the barrel's like 1.5 to 2 inches longer, and the handle folds and everything folds up, so it's basically, maybe 11 inches long, 6 inches tall.
It's a great idea, but anything that looks like a lunchbox should have a sandwich in it.
And the other gun that was there was I believe it was a Snow Wolf M99 bolt action. Didn't see it very much, but when I did see it, he was actually doing pretty well with it, from what I saw.
I think it weighs like 20 pounds.
Yeah, he didn't use it for very long before it just got too heavy for him to use. It'd be a fantastic gun for if you're playing a lot of long distance games and you're gonna, set up as a sniper and not move around a whole lot.
I sure wouldn't. That thing is a beast.
Yeah. So what else you got?
Well, since you had all the fun at Mission Airsoft and I was doing all the technical fun at Chernobyl, I have to say I've seen a lot of special guns during this small period of doing this video cast, but there's a lot that we can't touch on, and there's just some that people just don't bring out. But if you actually have a special gun or anything you think is special, remember to find us at Mission Airsoft and let us know about your gear or weapon, and we'll see if we can set up a date to actually have you on the show, and then we can actually review it with you and you can tell us all about it.
And send us a message on our Facebook page, USAirsoft Texas. The URL will be down in the
Description.
Down in the description, so check that out and let us know what you'd like us to do. And if you have something and you're in the area, San Antonio, definitely let us know. We'd be more than happy to take a look at it.
Sure will. Now it's time for a little segment that we came up with, but we never got the shot to do it, and now it's finally time. It's called What Would You Do? And well, it's time that we just start asking some either dumb questions or really actually smart questions that some people have had. Connor, what would you ask?
If we were on the field playing a game and we were all coming back, the game was over and we're all coming back to reload, what would you do if you just found an M4 mag laying in the field and you didn't know whose it was?
I have about 3 times already. I actually have someone's mag from Mission Airsoft, but I have no idea whose it is. I've asked and can't find the guy. It's just one with the mag pull on it. And what I would do, which I'm trying right now, I would ask around and see whose it was in the rest area and compare that mag to their mags and see if it's a match. If it is, then give it back to them. If you can't find that guy, then I would post it on the field's website, which I have, and just ask around until you find that person. Or you could easily just give it to the actual owners of the field and they can do that all for you. So it's all about courtesy. So if you find something that's not yours, just do what you know best and try looking for the person that actually owns it. But what would you do, Connor?
I would do exactly that. I'd just turn it into the game masters, say, hey, someone lost a mag out here. I don't know whose it is, but it's definitely not mine. So.
Yeah, I run an AK, I don't have any M4s. I can try all day, it's not going to fit in there. Alright. Next we have something that's kind of fun. We all have to face this, but what would you do if you hit someone, you knew you hit him, but you got no confirmation of it actually happening? But you can always just, tell the game master.
Yeah, I guess you could do that too.
Alright. I got another one, actually. What would be the most ridiculous gun that you would DMR out? Out of all of them, turn them into something like your big AR or whatever your cannon is called.
For the most ridiculous, just for the sake of being ridiculous, I would do a P90.
The 7-foot-long suppressor.
Yes. Just because.
A T4. But I guess that question would go out to everyone else too. What would be the most ridiculous gun that you would turn into a designated marksman rifle?
If you have any ideas of the most ridiculous gun that you would turn into a DMR, put it down in the comments section and we'll take a look at it.
And maybe we'll end up on the show in the next episode. There are some people that actually we want to thank for getting this into motion for us and getting us a little bit known out there. The first person I'd have to thank is Airsoft Medicine for actually giving us the information that we needed to know to actually start this kind of thing. If it wasn't for them, then we wouldn't actually have this for ourselves. And the second person I have to thank is Optimus Prime from Airsoft Popular, or Popular Airsoft, for actually getting a little news report for us. So I actually enjoyed seeing that, and I know you did too, Connor.
Yeah, that was actually pretty surprising.
And anyone you wanted to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Michelle and John at Mission Airsoft for actually lending us this gun to do a review of and to show to you guys, to show what you'd be winning if you showed up to be a zombie. Yeah, so thank you guys.
I'd also like to thank our subscribers for actually helping us out with giving us the popularity that we needed to know to actually know that what you liked and what we were doing was right. If there's anything that we're doing that doesn't really come to your liking, just let us know and we'll see if we can fix that for you. And remember, stay safe out there where you're actually airsofting, and make sure to wear your iPro on the field, and always keep your gun in a gun bag when you're going outside. And remember, this was Scott Hombeck,
And this was Connor Sherwin.
and we're from USAirsoft. Enjoy.